I arrived at Rhodes University in Grahamstown in February 1963 and visited it once again in July 2024. What actually appeared to be quite big then is really quite small now. But I'm pleased to say that Rhodes University has retained its dignity and grandeur. The student population in 1963 was around about 2,000, and it presently is close to 10,000. And interestingly enough, approximately 20% of the student population are international students. All first-year male students were placed in Jan Smuts' house. In their second year, we were moved to other residences on the campus. We were called Inks because in the past, when the students came from school, they had smudgy, inky fingers from their inability to use fountain pens. In my second year, I was moved to Matthew's house with my friend Mike Burton, and there we met another friend called Simon Troughton, and the three of us have remained friends from then onwards. Mike and I were at school together in Umtali in Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. Founders Hall was made up of 4 residences, namely Matthews, Corey College and Water, and we all ate in one dining hall. The head of our hall was Professor Agar Hamilton, who was a historian, and he would sit up with the house seniors at a table on the raised platform. Many of the old buildings at Rhodes University are in the style of Sir Herbert Baker. Of course, not all of the buildings at Rhodes University are old. Some new residences have appeared on the top of the hill, and these are very modern. Overlooking the Settlers Monument on the hill. There is also the cafeteria, or CAFE as it is known, which is the Student Union building overlooking the playing fields, swimming pool and squash courts and tennis courts. The buildings surrounding the quadrangle consist of departments such as history and geography, law, accounting, botany and zoology, J.L.B. Smith Institute of Ichthyology, mathematics, physics, where Rhodes University have played a major role internationally even long before I got there in the 1960s. Department of Music, the library, and of course the chemistry department, which is right at the moment going through a fairly major refurbishment. And finally the provost looking onto beautiful botanical gardens. The town does not seem to have changed very much at all. The facade seems to be the same as it was some 50 years ago. One of the only differences I noticed was that there are now traffic lights at the cathedral, which seems a little unnecessary, but maybe with the town growing as it has, it's become a necessity. For a little bit of nostalgia, I decided to drop in to Stone Crescent on my way through to Port Elizabeth. Unfortunately, the grand old Stone Crescent doesn't seem to be any longer. That beautiful dining room serving wine out of those upside down decanters has gone. It's cold and uninviting. We have a large outside area, and I guess this is where they tend to concentrate on the weekends with the students. What a great pity, but I guess something has had to go. But all in all, a wonderful trip to Grahamstown. I should have stayed an extra night, but didn't, but next time I will.